Laker fans, as if you didn't already have enough to get excited about with Anthony Davis on board, I got some more news for you. The Lakers are the favorites to win the 2020 NBA Finals. I'm bringing it all to you right here on the Laker Report. Of course, their odds jumped up quite a bit after they acquired Anthony Davis via trade. They are 7-2 favorites according to Vegas. Now, they were originally given just 5-1 odds with players like LeBron James on their current roster. But once they sent Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, a few picks, Josh Hart to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis, well, those odds, they skyrocketed. So we can already start to get excited about next year. So the top 5 favorites, the Lakers sit alone at number 1, 7-2 odds. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Los Angeles Clippers, the little brother to the Lakers, of course, are tied for the second best odds at 6-1. Giannis Antetokounmpo looking to bring the Bucks a championship. Toronto Raptors and the Houston Rockets are both tied for that next spot. And it's kind of weird to think, the Raptors just won it all. But hey, if Kawhi Leonard walks, that team could be entering tank mode. And then, of course, we got the Houston Rockets down there, 8-1 odds as well. James Harden, maybe Chris Paul, maybe Clint Capella. Who knows? That team could go up in flames. Now, Lakers looking to get back into the championship. Last time they won, 2009, 2010. This is what they had on the court. Of course, Derek Fisher was running the show there, 7.5 points per game. Kobe Bryant, the man, 27 points per game. Metta World Peace, better known as Ron Artest by many, was there at the small forward position. Of course, backup Lamar Odom as well. Got Pau Gasol, just an incredible Laker, 18.3 points per game during that title run. And then Andrew Bynum, who fell off the side of the earth, is running the show, man in the middle for the Lakers at that time. But next year, it's all about LeBron James and if he can lead this team back to the NBA Finals. So you look at the past teammates that he had, these are probably his top 5 players. I've got Dwayne Wade in at number 1. When they were in Miami together, that was unstoppable. Kyrie Irving, when he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James was there, a great tandem as well. Chris Bosh forming out the rest of that big 3 with the Heat. Kevin Love at 4 for the Cleveland Cavaliers when he was healthy, a great power forward. And then in at number 5, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, the big Z, was a great man in the middle for the Cavs with LeBron James. So now, if the Cavs go after some of these big-name guys, that number 5 spot, maybe even all the way up to number 3, could change around a little bit. Kyrie is still their top target, in my opinion. They want to steal him from Brooklyn, from Boston, get him back together with LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard will be a top target, but let's not get crazy. We don't know how realistic that one is quite yet. Jimmy Butler in at 3. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about him here in just a little bit. And then Kemba Walker, they would love to have him running the show. And I still put Kevin Durant in at number 5 because, let's face it, when he's healthy, he's a top 2 player in this league. So you look at what the Lakers could look like next season. It's pretty incredible. Kyrie Irving and Kyle Kuzma, I guess, is your backcourt, but who really needs a shooting guard when you got Kyrie running the point? LeBron James is your star forward, 27.4 points per game from the King last season, looking to get back to the NBA Finals, maybe with Kyrie by his side again. And then your new centerpiece, Anthony Davis, 25.9 points per game when he's healthy, top 5 talent in the league. And then manning the middle, it's JaVale McGee again. Who knows? They might look to replace him this summer in free agency. So, look, the Lakers, they're the favorites. They're the favorites to win it all. So I want to know from you guys, from the loyal Laker watchers, who will the Los Angeles Lakers face in the 2020 NBA Finals? If you're asking me, wouldn't be surprised to see Giannis and LeBron going up against each other in the finals next season. Now, the man looking to get LeBron and the Lakers back to the NBA Finals is Anthony Davis. Of course, they just acquired him via trade on June 15th. And look, it was the first big splash of the summer for the Lakers and for the NBA in general. He is entering unrestricted free agency next season, so watch out for this drama to start over all again next year. And then really the Lakers became the clear-cut favorite to land him once all these trades started to go out. The deal was pretty big. It was a sizable haul that the Pelicans got for Anthony Davis. So the question becomes, did they overpay for him? Of course, the Lakers had to give up Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, 2 key pieces of their future. Josh Hart, who turned out to be a great value pick out of Villanova. He's going to be a great role player for the Pelicans. And then 3 first-round picks, including the number 4 overall pick in this year's 2019 NBA draft. The future picks are kind of all over the place. There's pick swaps involved. We still don't know the exact details on every single one of those, but they're coming to the light. But it's a lot to give up. Now, you look at some of these other teams that were calling the Pelicans about Anthony Davis, and the competition is really not that great. Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks were the teams most reported that were interested in getting Anthony Davis from the Pelicans, but also the Denver Nuggets came out as a team that was calling him up, but what were they really offering is the big question. Now, the Celtics, they didn't want to give up Jason Tatum. So what their offer might have looked like was something like this. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, the 14th overall pick in this draft, and then next year's Memphis Grizzlies first-round pick. That's not that great of an offer. And then you look at what Denver might have offered. They were just unwilling to include Jamal Murray, their starting point guard, who helped them become one of the top teams in the West. So maybe they offered up an injured Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris, Malik Beasley. They have no picks in this upcoming draft, and that's not going to get it done. So then you look at what the New York Knicks would have given them for Anthony Davis, and maybe you include Mitchell Robinson, who was a steal for the Knicks in this past draft. Maybe include Dennis Smith Jr., who came over in that trade that sent Kristaps Porzingis to the Dallas Mavericks. Kevin Knox, a rookie from last year, and then the number 3 overall pick. So, look, the competition stacked up against the Lakers' offer just wasn't that stiff. So, did they overpay for Anthony Davis? If you think they did, I want you to type Y in the comment section below. And if you don't think they did, type in the comment section below for no. At the end of the day, look, they got a top 5 guy. So, who really cares if they overpaid just a little bit, right? On to the next guy that might be joining the Lakers this summer. Jimmy Butler of the Philadelphia 76ers may be becoming a top priority for the Lakers in free agency. Of course, the 76ers would love to bring this guy back for a max contract. They can offer him a 5th year. There's been mutual interest between the Lakers and Jimmy Butler in the past, but things are changing. Will the Lakers even have that max salary? That is another big question mark going into the summer. And then, of course, Jimmy Butler is a top-tier two-way player in the NBA today. He's going to get a stop on the defensive end, and then he's going to go get you a bucket on the offensive end. So where is this report coming from? Well, Chris Haynes had the latest on what the Lakers are going to look to do this summer. He says, with James and Davis as the cornerstones of the franchise, the Lakers still have room to add one more star in free agency, which actually isn't true yet. There's some wheeling and dealing they got to do. Charlotte guard Kemba Walker and Philadelphia forward Jimmy Butler are top priorities, sources said. So, again, sources are coming out. This is where everybody knows everything about every single team or whatever. But Jimmy Butler makes sense as a top-tier target for the Lakers. Now, again, let's talk about who their top 5 targets are. Kyrie Irving, I've still got him at number 1. Kawhi and Jimmy Butler, 2 great two-way players. Kemba Walker, another point guard, and potentially Kevin Durant that they go chase after. So really, Jimmy Butler makes a lot of sense here, especially if he is interested in coming to LA. And it really makes sense because the Lakers roster right now is it's pretty weak. These are your 5 guys that you got under contract right now. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kyle Kuzma. Great. You got 3 players that are going to win you a ton of basketball games, particularly those top 2. And then Kyle Kuzma, they fortunately held on to in the trade that acquired AD. But then your last 2 guys under contract, Mo Wagner and Isaac Bonga, I mean, rookies last year, they're really just not going to push the Lakers into any kind of playoff picture. They're not going to win them any kind of games. So maybe you got to go chase a guy like Jimmy Butler, or maybe you chase a guy like Kemba Walker or Kyrie Irving, a point guard. But it comes down to, do you want a point guard in this free agency to go along with LeBron and Anthony Davis, or do you want the Lakers to go out and get a wing? If you want them to get a wing like Jimmy Butler, I want you to put W in the comment section below. If you want them to go get a point guard like Kyrie or Kemba, type PG in the comment section below, and then tell me which one you want to see on the Lakers next year. And then after you do that, you got to subscribe to youtube.com/LakersTV. That is our Lakers-only channel here on Chat Sports, bringing you all things Lakers every single day of the NBA off-season. Trades, free agency, heck, maybe they get back into the draft. Whatever happens, we're going to have it for you right here. So let's take another look at what this Lakers roster looks like right now. There's no depth to it. If this is your starting 5, do you even make a push for the playoffs with LeBron and Anthony Davis? Yes, you can, but Wagner and Bonga as 2 of your top 5 players is not a pretty sight in Los Angeles. So now it's time for the Lakers to go out and chase somebody. But the question is, are you going to chase max level guys? Are you going to chase a few mid-tier level guys so that you can fill out the roster well and add some depth? If they chase the max guys, here's the top 5 players that will be getting max contracts this summer. Kevin Durant, despite the Achilles injury, still going to get a max contract from somebody. Number 2, Kawhi Leonard of the Toronto Raptors. Look, Toronto wants to pay him, and they'll try their best to get him back in Toronto. Kyrie Irving of the Boston Celtics is going to get a max contract either from Brooklyn, Boston, or maybe it's the Lakers. Kemba Walker, number 4 of the Charlotte Hornets, could get the Supermax. We'll see what happens there. And then Klay Thompson, another guy that's going to get the max despite a major injury in the NBA Finals. But if they want to fill out the roster with some more depth, some more talent, maybe you go with these non-max free agent guys and you can get a few of them to pair together. Derrick Rose is an option, a 6th man of the year type player from the Minnesota Timberwolves, had a resurgence in Minnesota, 18 points per game. Patrick Beverley, a dog on defense, and he's a knockdown three-point shooter. Danny Green, another 3-and-D type guy, can fill out the role at the shooting guard position. JJ Redick, one of the premier three-point shooters in the game today, 18.1 points per game for the Sixers last season. And then Seth Curry, the younger brother, of course, of Steph Curry, is going to be getting a nice little paycheck, but nothing crazy from the Lakers. So let's say they go out and get a couple of these guys. Well, the starting 5 looks pretty substantial. You get a defensive point guard like Patrick Beverley to start there. And then you get a 3-and-D type wing like Danny Green, who just has to go spot up in the corner and get an open jumper because, look, LeBron James is going to be getting you buckets and he's going to draw the defense in on every single play. Same with Anthony Davis. If he's parked down low, Beverley up top and Danny Green in the corner are going to have some wide open looks at around the three-point arc. And then that doesn't even mention how they can fill out this bench with guys like Curry, with a guy like JJ Redick. Maybe they go out and chase a Malcolm Brogdon, or maybe they can bring back a Julius Randle. Who knows what the Lakers will do, but it makes a lot of sense for them to go pay a bunch of mid-tier guys instead of one max all-star. But I want to know from you guys, how should the Los Angeles Lakers fill out their roster? Should they fill it up with these mid-level guys, or should they go chase a third star like a Jimmy Butler, like a Kemba Walker, maybe a Kyrie Irving? Whatever you think the Lakers should do, I want you to play GM and put it down in the comment section below. Now, the last rumor of the day is all about Space Jam 2, baby. The movie in 2021, it's finally coming out. They're finally filming it this summer, and LeBron James is the star of all of it, of course, stepping in, replacing what Michael Jordan did a few years ago. The filming, again, is set to begin this summer, comes out in 2021. And look, LeBron's been trying to get stars to play in this movie with him, like Giannis Antetokounmpo. He turned him down. He's trying to get these big-name guys. They keep saying no, but there's reports coming out that he has his 5 stars to come with him in Space Jam 2. Now, he's got 3 point guards, which I don't know if the Monstars want all point guards on their team, but you get CP3, Damian Lillard, and Russell Westbrook, 3 of the top point guards in the NBA today. They might be starring alongside LeBron in Space Jam 2. Klay Thompson, despite his injury, still going to reportedly be in this movie. And then Anthony Davis, the newest Los Angeles Laker, he's joining LeBron not only on the court, but off the court in his big-time movie. Now, you stack up these 5 against the 5 from quite a while back, and let's be honest, this last team would get smoked by these other guys. Charles Barkley had his power stolen by the Monstar Pound, Patrick Ewing and Larry Johnson, 2 big men right there, and then you get a little guy in Muggsy Bogues, maybe that's your Chris Paul type point guard, and then Sean Bradley, I guess, is your Anthony Davis there. But if you saw these 2 teams on the court, I think we know which team would take it. One's going for speed and shooting, the other's going for size and strength to bully you around. But look, the stars in the middle of these Space Jam movies, it's LeBron James and Michael Jordan, which of course brings up the debate, who is the GOAT? Well, MJ's got the edge in points per game, but LeBron's got the edge in the other 3 major statistical categories. Rebounds per game, 7.4 in his career. Assists per game, he is a great passer at 7.2 per game. And then he's shooting 34.3% from beyond the three-point arc in his career. MJ just at 32.7% in his career. Of course, those years with the Wizards might have made that percentage take a little bit of a hit. But I'm going to throw a little grenade in the comment section for you guys. I want the debate to spark up. Who is the GOAT? I want you to tell me. Is it LeBron James, Michael Jordan? Maybe you think it's Kobe Bryant. Put it down in the comment section below. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.